Salam alaikum and greetings from Egypt. I'm still here, just taking a few days off to recover from from COP27. Our experience of COP27 was at Caritas was based on, I guess, two important sets of relationships. One with our Pacific allies and partners, and the second with the broader Caritas and Catholic sort of networks. So we were really privileged and lucky to be able to work with 350 Pacific and the Pacific Climate Warriors and all the groups that Minor and others had brought together for the Kiowa Climate Emergency Declaration, with the launch of that declaration at COP, and it was a great honour to be able to stand up and participate in that launch. And to try to find ways, strategic ways to anything that we could do to assist Pacific civil society in taking that message out, which I know they did through a variety of means, including a sort of a dinner with Australian and Pacific ministers and other means. With the Holy See was participating for the first time as a party at this COP, and there were a number of Caritas people on the Holy See delegation, so we were able to, the Holy See sought our advice on a range of Pacific issues, which we then were able to turn to our Pacific allies and open those doors. We used the Holy See used the Twin Clouds report on climate finance in the Pacific and lack of access and debt risks in its meetings with a range of people, including with the Fijian government. And it prioritised loss and damage, the Holy See, in its statement, one of its first statements to COP. One of the other ways that we I guess used those networks was when we were invited to speak to the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate's staff, John Kerry's staff, about loss and damage. We organised for there to be sort of three Pacific civil society members to attend that meeting and to talk to them about their experience on the ground. What was remarkable about this COP compared to other COPs, I think, partly because of its location and proximity to Middle Eastern oil-producing countries, but maybe for other reasons, there was a very large number of fossil fuel lobbyists at the COP, as well as nuclear lobbyists. And I think you really felt the sense of their power and force in the confidence with which some of those fossil fuel arguments were made, and the attempts to disrupt the 1.5 degree target. The top 2 to 3 most productive outcomes, I think, included the loss and damage fund decision, which nobody was really expecting. I think the EU's following the Africa and the Pacific's strong advocacy on that, having the support of the EU in the last couple of days, even though America and seemingly Australia and New Zealand had been against it, we managed to get a great outcome on that. Where to from here from the Pacific and Australia? I think there's so much that the Pacific needs to be pushing Australia on, given that Australia seems to assume this COP31 presidency for Australia and Pacific is in the bag, and that it's got widespread support from the Pacific on it. I think Australia needs to be held to account on that and pushed to take stronger and more decisive action on fossil fuels, and also on ensuring that the structure of the new loss and damage facility or fund meets the needs of the Pacific.